Haitians definitely ate those cats. I mean, let's be serious. Let's be honest. I'm from North New Jersey. I also lived in Irvington, New Jersey, and there are a lot of Haitians there, and we have seen some things. But since we're all talking about our experience with Haitians, we might as well put it out on the table. Black Americans, Indigenous American Indians, it is I, Kenadaway, the fifth great grandson of Nat Turner, one of the greatest freedom fighters of all time. Listen, so this Haitian woman wants to know why people have all this smoke for Haitians. I don't know if we can help her find the answer. Maybe, maybe not, but take a look at this video and come back to me.
One Zoe girl done came out and went on a damn podcast and talked about yayas and called them dirty Americans. Now all of y'all coming out the closet, y'all going into details about what Haiti is going through, all types of this, all types of that. Like, I just feel like y'all was looking for a reason. Cause why?
Hello guys and welcome to another episode where an ancient woman said the black people are going to be deported next. Black Americans are going to be deported next. What do you think about this? Because actually what is happening on media is because their plans actually backfired. Their main reason why they voted for Trump was for black people to be deported, but now it didn't happen. It actually backfired to them, and they are the ones who are suffering from this deportation issues at ground. And now they still come up to say black Americans are actually going to be deported next, and they are struggling on in all possible means to make sure that their plans actually come to pass. And what is happening on media is not friendly at all. The black people are not taking it lightly with these tensions. The black Americans are not taking it lightly with these tensions, and you are going to see why. Yes, you're actually going to see why. After they asked for a friendly protest for them, now since the black Americans are refusing, are taming against them. Let's discover more of this. And please, if this is your first time here, do like to hit that subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, and let's just watch this together.
Then y'all, why y'all ain't just go for her neck? Y'all coming for everybody now. Like, it's giving. Y'all been wanting to start something. Y'all was just waiting for a moment. Like, come on now, relax.
Black Americans, Indigenous American Indians, what's really going on? Listen, it's a spiritual war out here. Look, the Haitian woman insulted Black Americans, called them dirty Black Americans. Y'all are dirty Black Americans. That's what y'all are. So Black Americans just reminded her where she comes from. That's it. That's all. I mean, what did you want Black Americans to do? Say, oh, no, please don't talk about us like that. No, if you're going to call us dirty, we have to remind you where you come from. So that's when people started showing Haitians living conditions in Haiti, the poverty, the dirt cookies and the dirt pies, eating that as sustenance with no nutritional value.
They look a lot like pancakes or cookies. The recipe passed down from generations here in Haiti. Women spend entire days making them. Kids seem to enjoy them. But these patties, known as bonbon terres by the Haitians who eat them, are a grim reminder of just how poor this Caribbean nation is. They aren't sweet, they're hard to swallow, and add almost nothing in terms of nutrition, because the cookies are actually made of dirt.
Haiti is the poorest country in the Western Hemisphere. 80% of the people are living below the poverty line. 2/3 of the children suffers from malnutrition. 1 out of every 14 child will not live to see their 5th birthday. Life expectancy for men is 51 years of age, and for women is 54.
Here are images of Shada and La Fossette, some of Okap's most infamous bidonvilles or ghettos. In my 30 years visiting, things just get more and more intense for the masses of Haiti. You can appreciate from here some of the difficulties that everyday people go through. If you want to have a sense of how active the Haitian state is in defending the Haitian people, this is the Haitian state. This is the Haitian state summarized in one 50-second video.
I mean, that's not a joke. That's actually something that exists. So you call somebody dirty and you're eating dirt cookies. How is that not logical to talk about? Now listen. What you guys don't understand is that everyone isn't going to play nice with you when you insult them. The disrespect, talking about the disrespect. In your comments, somebody asks, what is a yaya? I guess that's a term for Black Americans, Yankee or American. And you said in your comments to a Black American, just say you're not from Florida. They accept it down here. That's what we call them, basically paraphrasing. Black Americans don't like to be called Yankees and yayas. So how dare your disrespectful Haitian ass hoist your camera up to say what's right and what's wrong, and you disrespect Black Americans. Make it make sense. Now, I don't know why everyone has smoke, particularly for Haitians. We could find out, though. We're going to consult with my ChatGPT Cerebro, and we're going to find out why other Caribbean lands have restrictions against Haitians. Now, Haitians, your claim to fame is that you set everyone free in the Black realm of things. Despite the fact that Black Americans had many revolts before you, you didn't inspire us. Listen. So with that being said, why are other Caribbean lands turning against Haiti? This is a bigger issue. It's not just about Black Americans. It's a world issue. Let's find out. What countries, as of 2026, has banned Haitians from entering?
All right, Ken Nottaway, let's break this down with precision, clarity, and that deeper intuitive insight you're after. As of early 2026, there are a handful of nations that have implemented formal bans or severe entry restrictions on Haitian nationals, but it's not a global blanket ban like some might assume. Here's the real terrain. 1. United States, full entry ban on Haitian nationals. The United States government's expanded travel ban, issued under presidential proclamation and effective January 1st, 2026, includes Haiti on the list of countries whose citizens are fully banned from entering the U.S. unless they qualify for very narrow exceptions, such as diplomats, certain special cases, or existing valid visas. This ban applies to both immigrant and non-immigrant visas, tourism, student visas, work visas, etc. Haitian nationals are included alongside countries like Afghanistan, Libya, Yemen, and Iran in this full suspension of entry list. Number 2. The Bahamas, practical entry block for Haitians traveling to U.S. visa interviews. Officially, the Bahamas hasn't declared a nationwide ban on Haitians entering the country in all contexts, but in practice, as of late 2025, it refused to allow Haitian passport holders to enter for the purpose of attending U.S. visa interviews held in Nassau. This has the effect of barring many Haitian travelers from even reaching the Bahamas for that specific immigration process. So while it's not a legal ban on Haitian nationals in every case, in context, it functions as a barrier for those seeking U.S. visas. Number 3. Wider regional de facto restrictions across the Caribbean. In the Caribbean region, especially among CARICOM states, there's been a trend in visa policy tightening against Haitian passport holders. Updated data shows that only 2 CARICOM countries, Grenada and Montserrat, currently allow visa-free entry for Haitians, meaning all other Caribbean countries now require visas, and some have effectively throttled entry or increased barriers. This doesn't equate to explicit entry bans like the U.S. policy, but the visa requirements and tightened borders create a scenario where Haitian nationals are functionally excluded from traveling to most Caribbean nations unless they secure visas, which many cannot. Additionally, there are reports, anecdotally and in migration forums, that some islands such as Barbados, St. Kitts and Nevis, and the Bahamas have closed or tightened their doors to new Haitian arrivals, driven by immigration pressures, even if these aren't formal diplomatic bans. Summary: countries or entities restricting Haitian entry. As of 2026, formally banned, national level legal entry prohibition. United States, Haitian nationals fully barred from entry under expanded travel ban. Functionally restrictive, practical barriers, exclusion policies. The Bahamas, restricted entry for Haitians seeking U.S. visa processing. Many Caribbean nations, visa requirements are now imposed on Haitians, with only 2, Grenada and Montserrat, allowing visa-free access, creating effective travel barriers for most of the region. Hidden layer. Behind these bans isn't just geopolitics, it's fear, economic pressure, and regional instability. Haiti's ongoing crises ripple outward, prompting neighboring states to tighten borders not necessarily out of hostility, but out of resource scarcity and governance challenges. What feels like exclusion on the surface is often a complex interplay. Security policy meets economic survival. If you want, I can map out a full global list of where Haitian passports are allowed, visa-free or visa on arrival too. That contrast will show exactly how isolated Haitian travel has become worldwide.
What are the reasons these lands are putting these restrictions on Haitians from their perspective?
All right, Ken, not away. Let's get real about why governments are tightening the doors on Haitian nationals right now. From their own perspective, without the usual sugarcoating, but with the spiritual systemic clarity you vibe with. These policies didn't come out of thin air. They grew out of political pressures, perceived risks, domestic concerns, and geopolitical relationships. Here's the breakdown on the main narratives governments officially give for restricting Haitian entry. 1. U.S. National Security and Immigration Control. The U.S. has framed its travel ban on Haitian nationals, alongside other countries, around several key claims. National security risks. The U.S. government says its travel restrictions are about protecting homeland security, citing concerns that insufficient vetting systems in Haiti, e.g., a lack of centralized law enforcement data, passport controls, or reliable security cooperation, could make it hard to ensure who is entering the country legally. Visa overstay and migration patterns. American officials have cited high rates of visa overstays for Haitian visitors as evidence of weak return compliance. In the official proclamation, it mentions that without better data sharing and control measures, U.S. immigration systems could be undermined. Pressure to reform and cooperate. In their messaging, these travel bans are sometimes couched as a strategy to pressure the Haitian government to improve security cooperation, screening, and law enforcement protocols. 2. The Bahamas. Reacting to U.S. policy and domestic issues. The Bahamas isn't saying we hate Haitians, but its government has explicitly pointed to the U.S. travel restriction policy as the reason it won't admit Haitians for U.S. visa interviews. Their official statement makes clear they won't allow Haitian nationals to enter just to go to U.S. diplomatic visa interviews, because U.S. policy already bars Haitians from entering the states. From their government's view, allowing them into the Bahamas only to be denied by the U.S. would be pointless and could strain their resources. Additionally, the Bahamas has been strengthening anti-smuggling laws, signaling concern that the islands are being used or could be used as a transit point for irregular migration toward the U.S., especially via dangerous boat journeys. 3. Other countries and regional views, e.g. CARICOM states. Many Caribbean nations haven't issued explicit formal bans on Haitians, but visa requirements and tighter border policies are emerging regionally. The justifications from their government's vantage points include domestic security and resource concerns. Small island nations with limited infrastructure and public services are wary of large migration flows that could overwhelm housing, healthcare, jobs, and social systems. Regional stability. Pressure Caribbean governments often argue they must be cautious due to Haiti's ongoing political instability, economic collapse, gang violence, and lack of functioning central authority. These situations make irregular migration flows harder to manage and raise security concerns across borders. External diplomatic influences. Some nations weigh pressures from larger powers, especially the U.S., which emphasize migration control. Policies that sound like visa requirements for Haitians sometimes reflect broader regional strategies around border security more than outright animosity. The narrative governments offer. Summary. From the outside looking in, these are the official reasons nations put forward: national security and vetting weaknesses, high visa overstay figures and irregular immigration, pressure to improve cooperation with law enforcement and identity systems, domestic resource and service considerations in smaller nations, avoiding becoming transit points for migration to other countries. What that really reveals beneath the surface. Here's the deeper cosmic pulse. These policies are not just about Haitians. They are about how powerful states interpret vulnerability as risk and human movement as threat. When a country collapses, politically, economically, socially, people move. But the dominant world order labels that movement a problem instead of a symptom of global inequity. So from a governmental lens, these restrictions are framed as defense. But from a human lens, especially a Haitian lens, they're often experienced as exclusion, punishment, and neglect of root causes, like relentless poverty, centuries of extraction, and ongoing instability that the global community has failed to address sustainably. If you want, Cerebro can take it further, like breaking down how historians and migration scholars interpret these policies vis-a-vis Haiti's history of autonomy, colonial violence, and global geopolitics. That's where the spiritual, that systemic truth starts to show itself.
Yeah, I saw the news about Haitians who have protective custody or whatever it's called, TPS. They're dissolving that in August. Okay, 500,000 people removed from the community. They've been here since 2010, working legally, have babies here that were born here. And they're saying, oh, it's safe now. When gang violence has written that country. You think people want to go back after 15 years? And there's still places where the natural disaster has still not been, fixed.
So they got to go back to their homeland and it's still messed up. It's actually worse. I mean, I just don't get it. Oh, well, they're immigrants. You're not going to be touched. You're a foundational Black American. So you're just going to wait for everybody else to fall before you feel affected by it? I mean, it's pathetic, man. People are like, this is not your fight. So I can't empathize and sympathize and think that it ain't gonna come down to either one of us. I guess people just want us to be still until it hits our home, because then they're gonna be like, oh no, it came too quickly. Oh no, why did they tell us it was just for these people? And it's sad to see. It's sad to see for Black folks. You know what I'm saying? I expect that from all the other communities, but not my own. That's what I said. I said, these the kind of Black folks that was like, Master, any of them leaving, they have a plan to be free. They talking about they want to be free. Oh, what do you mean? What time they leaving? And they tell them the whole plan. That's why I said I would have been free. Harry and them, me, we would have left y'all behind, because y'all okay with staying on the plantation. I'm not. And to be on the side of your oppressors, that's the wildest thing in the whole wide world. I said, why would people think that America isn't racist when all their policies are geared towards us? We are put last in income, especially Black women. Our Black men and women are being kidnapped, hung. We face police brutality, over policing, prison systems. We're making up. I mean, come on. The system is not on our side. It has not been. We're being redlined. You got the side of towns that are in schools that are considered Black schools. The good teachers hardly want to work there because the pay ain't good. The taxes don't go to the people who are teaching the Black kids at these schools. Live in places, they pay taxes in places that don't involve our system. You see what I'm saying? So it's like our community are not doing as well as other communities simply because of the color of our skin. People think Jim Crow just wiped away. It evolved. It looks a little bit more cleaned up. But if you look at the big beautiful bill, all that it's doing is gonna hurt Black people and poor people. That's why I just be looking at people like, if you're not rich, white, and a male, they do not care about you. I don't care how MAGA out you are. I don't care how racist you are. They don't care about you just as much. And I can't help that you guys are uneducated in that way. I wish I could reach y'all, but y'all are a part of the cult too. Y'all are being fed the lies and you're soaking it all up and you're regurgitating it, and like you don't see it for yourself. Oh no, we're preserving. It's self-preservation. Okay. Not when you agree with it. There's a break somewhere in there.
I cannot say I'm surprised by the backlash that the Haitian girl is getting for what she said about Black Americans, because baby, as a person born and raised in the county of Dade, a little Haiti baby, I got many stories and memories and all type of things about Haitians. The main thing I want to address is how y'all trying to sit up here and act like we was just bullying y'all and y'all didn't have no way of protecting yourselves, so y'all had to come together on y'all own, and that's how the Zopound came in, is to protect y'all. Like, all of that is fucking bullshit. I really hate that y'all try to spin this narrative about how y'all came about just because y'all got some jouet, and now y'all trying to act like y'all beginnings ain't y'all beginnings. But I remember being in 4th grade and my 4th grade teacher turning on the local news, and we saw y'all coming off of those boats, being washed up ashore like refugees, and a couple days later, those same kids was in my classroom. I'm not even playing. I'm not even lying. They came straight from the boat, through immigration, got settled in, and was in my classroom the next week, not speaking no English, not knowing anything about us, about our culture, about nothing. Things I could tell y'all, like, first of all, yes, Haitians, y'all did stink, and y'all did have a smell. Y'all did not use deodorant. Y'all always used to put on so much cologne over being musty that it became a scent. It became a signature scent of yours, right? Because black people, we know how to wash our ass and we understand how to use deodorant. So that's the one thing. Too many people acting like they did not come from where the fuck they came from. Okay, the other thing is none of y'all ever had perms. Perms was not a thing for y'all. Straight hair on a Haitian was not a thing. Y'all would wear your hair in little puffs and your natural hair. Y'all never even used to get perms. A lot of y'all did not like to say that y'all was Haitian. A lot of y'all tried to act like y'all was Bahamian because y'all didn't like the stigma of being Haitian. Yes, we used to get on everybody though. Like calling you an African booty scratcher, that's what we all did. Everybody got ranked on. Anybody could get ranked on back then. So it just is what it is. When a lot of Haitians got here, they was living in houses. A lot of them lived on the same street as my great grandmother. My great grandmother lived in Little Haiti since like the late 60s, early 70s, before it was Little Haiti. So she's been on that block longer than any of you motherfuckers has been there. And quiet as kept, a lot of that used to be Spanish even before it was Haitian too. But at the end of the day, it was always a black neighborhood. It was always the black community. If you know anything about Overtown, you understand that Little Haiti is right there. That was all us. But Spanish people moved in, Haitian people moved in, all these other people moved into our neighborhoods because they put y'all in our neighborhoods. They didn't put y'all in their neighborhoods. So a lot of y'all had houses right next to my grandma. The Haitians that had houses and was like really doing it, they looked like the black people back in the 60s. They used to wear those old school suits with them old school ass long dresses. Like they always looked like they just stepped out of 1965 to me. So it was like they was just cosplaying us, but like decades ago.
I just want to say this to the FBAs who jump on my posts and think they're saying something when they say T is for temporary. Like, baby, this is not Sesame Street. We all know T is for temporary, okay? We all know that. But let me tell you something, okay? Do you got a passport? Do you got a passport that says FBA? Haitians got Haitian passports. Do you understand what I'm saying? You need to be sovereign. You got to have land. You got to have your own passport. You got to have your own country before you can talk about Haiti.
Look, I get, getting your look back if you feel away, if you feel like somebody disrespected you, you want to get your look back, but it's a little bit hard to flex when the place that you're flexing about is not a place that you're proud of. It's kind of hard to flex when the place that you're flexing about is not a place that you want to live, right? So, you could say until you blue in the face, oh, well, Black Americans, y'all are not sovereign. Y'all are at the mercy of the entities above you. You guys don't have your own land. You guys don't have your own passports that say FBA on them. But sweetheart, doesn't have to say FBA on the passport because it says American, foundationally Black American. So it's already in the title. We're American, right? So this is our land. This is our country. Okay. So if you want to say that to make yourself feel better, that's fine. That's fine. Go ahead and get your look back. Do whatever makes you feel good. But that still doesn't negate from the fact that you are upset because you don't want to go back to the very place that you're trying to flex on us about.
CBS News is reporting that ICE is preparing to ramp up arrests and deportations of Haitian migrants as their temporary protected status is set to expire.
But why are we getting blamed in the comments and everybody bringing us up? We didn't even do nothing.
And to that Haitian woman who went on that podcast and made the despicable comment about the Black Americans being dirty, you are to be ashamed of yourself because what you said was not only hurtful and xenophobic, but it was highly divisive and dangerous. You do not speak for us, and that is not how we Haitians feel about Black Americans. And from one Haitian sister to another, I must hold you accountable. What you did was wrong. And I was very uncomfortable watching that clip. I couldn't even continue watching it because how dare you disrespect an entire group of people unprovoked? You could have gone on that podcast and said anything else. You could have promoted your business. And the crazy thing is, the very Black people that you disrespected on that podcast are the reason why we're actually able to thrive in America as immigrants. Think about it. 1965, the Voting Rights Act, the Civil Rights Act of 1964, and all the marches and all the movements, the Selma to Montgomery, the marches on Washington. Think about the segregation era. Think about what happened during the Jim Crow era. All the sacrifices, blood, sweat, and tears that foundational Black Americans made for immigrants like you and me to be able to live and make the American dollar. But instead of having respect and being humble, you chose to disrespect an entire group of people for no reason. I was hurt. Not only was I hurt But I'm also seeing comments that were made about Haitians, because now we're being generalized and everyone thinks that's how we feel about Black Americans. And it's not fair, because Haitians don't feel that way about Black Americans. My childhood best friend is Black American. I've had Black Americans treat me better than my own family at times. You know what I'm saying? And not trying to deviate, but it's just the point that we should not generalize people based on one or two bad experiences. Now, granted, I don't know what you've been through. Okay? I wasn't there and I can't judge you. Because growing up Haitian was not easy. I get that. And trying to assimilate in America as an immigrant was very challenging for many of us. But again, it wasn't all Black Americans who mistreated us. It wasn't all Latinos who mistreated us. It wasn't all white people who mistreated us. So the point that I'm trying to make is, don't generalize a group of people just because you might have had one or two bad experiences. And another thing I want to highlight is this. If they put a Jamaican, a Haitian, a Bahamian, Trinidadian, and a Black American in one car, what is all of our description? Black. You think people are going to have time to distinguish between, oh, she's Haitian, or she's Jamaican, or wait, she's Black American? They don't care. When they look at us, we're Black. We're Black. So I think we should embrace and love on one another. There should be more unity, more respect, more empathy. You know, there's already a lot going on in this world. So I just want us all to operate from a place of love. And the outrage I'm seeing online, I totally understand. I'm not even mad, because that comment was crazy. And I understand the outrage. But I just want my Black Americans to know that we Haitians love y'all. We are brothers and sisters, and we are one. And for the ones who don't want to hear an apology, I'm going to apologize again on behalf of what that girl said, because I felt uncomfortable with what she said, and I don't agree. And none of us Haitians agree with what she said. So on behalf of her or any other Haitians who has ever made any comments about any other group of people, I will take the heat, and I sincerely apologize.
I'm going to respond to Butterfly's comment. Y'all talking about Haitians, but the plan is already in motion for Black Americans too. What's the difference if they leave or go? All I know is we're going to need more Black people here not leaving. I'm going to respond to this, and I apologize if I offend anybody. I am going to speak in generalizations. I'm going to tell you the whole plan. Are you ready? Hopefully you are. Here's the plan. The plan is Black Americans, we're not on the front lines. If you want to know exactly what I'm talking about, just go to your Google search engine and type in United Nations and Black Americans incarceration rates. Read that. There's going to be plenty of articles that pop up. Basically what it's saying is the United Nations came to Americans and listen, what you're doing by mass incarceration of Black Americans is a human rights violation. Get this in check now. It has been going on, and they've been giving them like warning after warning after warning. So what do they have to do? They have to lower those incarceration rates. Cool. Who do they have to fill it with? Because remember, the prison system is a private system. Black bodies are literally a commodity. There is a ticker, right? There is a ticker. The stock market, we are sold and traded still, okay? So what do they have to do? They have to fill those prison systems. Who are they going to fill it with? Our replacement. You remember the replacement theory? It's going to be y'all. Yeah, because they're going to criminalize it. Criminalize. What a lot of people didn't realize and understand is when Trump became president and they announced it, right? That Kamala had lost and Trump was going to be the new president. Guess what happened? Those stocks soared. Why? Because they knew he was going to deliver bodies. And what better of them than a Black one, right? I know. But not Black American bodies, because remember the United Nations kind of thing, right? Any Black body will do. Replacement theory, remember? Just like any Black body would like fill the census. Oh, we got Black people working, we got minorities working here, right? It didn't have to be Black American, just as long as they're Black, right? Same thing there. Yeah, same thing. And y'all gave it to them. It was even, I don't want to say like, I guess diabolical, but genius all at the same time, is they knew Black Americans weren't going to step in. Why weren't we going to step in? Because it benefits us. It benefits us. If y'all are not here, or y'all are in the prison system, one, that means that we're not, right? That means our boys aren't there, right? But then two, that also means that there's more jobs available. And you know, those homes that maybe you bought or you rented, or those are, or even your bank account gone, right? Yeah. And so while they're looking at y'all, right? Because I know you don't think that they're going to send all y'all back. You think they're going to foot the dollar for that? No. Absolutely not.
Why would we do that? Mm-mm. So while y'all are in jail, we're not, right? We're filling those jobs. They're having to pay us more, our value, because remember, immigrants lowered the value. Because remember, our minimum wage still in Georgia is $7.25. Okay, but now you have to pay. You have to pay more. Employees have to pay more. So it doesn't benefit us to come to y'all's aid. And the way you make sure that Black Americans don't come to anyone else's aid, because, trauma response. We're like, oh my God, we don't want anybody discriminated against because we know how badly it feels. Trauma response. While everybody else is being exclusive to their community. Right? We're going to be like, oh, look at those polls. What did those polls show? Those polls showed that we just need to be for ourselves because we don't have any allies. So, do we need more Black people? No. We needed, past tense, more Black diaspora allies, past tense. But since we saw that we didn't have any, we said we cool on it. We'll rather have so-called small numbers but be all together and in line than have big numbers that look like the same skin color of us, but really working on the other side. So really what we're really doing is minimizing those who are not on our side. So, no, we don't need just more Black diaspora people. What we needed, meaning past tense, was more Black diaspora allies. We didn't get that, so we cool on it because less enemies. It's like either you're for us or you're against us. And once you prove that you're against us, guess what we did? We went inward. So it's a win-win for the Black community if this actually occurs. So I was just trying to give y'all a heads up and a warning, but y'all do as you please.
I'm Haitian. Why? Where you from? What's your background? You American? Dirty Black American?
Wait, what?
Huh? What?
Wait, what'd you
American?
say?
Black American?
What the fuck be wrong with y'all? This is why Black Americans just don't want to deal with anybody else. Because to sit in a room full of Black Americans and say dirty Black Americans, something is really wrong with you. Something is really wrong with you. And to say that as a Haitian is wild to me. I got mad Haitians in my life that I love, I adore. I'm not going to violate. But it's just like, yo, we built this country. Y'all want to fight so hard to come to this country. And then when y'all get here, y'all do nothing but disrespect us. That's crazy to me. It'll never be unity. Y'all always complain about the diaspora wars and all of this, all that. It'll never be unity if y'all keep fucking disrespecting Black Americans. It's crazy. It's literally, I don't have the words because I can't believe she said that. Oh my God.
Strange that this Haitian woman is coming on live TV to say all of this about the Black American. It's not strange. This is highly because the Black Americans refuse unity term with them and they refuse to protest for them and they keep coming against the Black Americans. Let me tell you reason why the Black Americans actually refuse to help them. The reason being they came and insulted the Black American, called them dirty Black American, and gave them sort of different names, mannerless and many others. And now they actually need that help, and the Black Americans have refused to render them that help, and they are so bitter as we speak. For this Haitian coming on media to say this about Black Americans, and again the fact that they had tried to make this plan for Black Americans for them to be deported because voting for Trump, their main reason was for Black Americans to be deported, but the thing seems not working and backfiring back to them. This is what is making them so bitter at this point. So if you actually watch this level, thank you for watching and thank you for staying. Hit that subscribe button and turn on your notification bell because I'm bringing you more of this. We are going to be here to the end of this show. Yes, The show is just getting started, and I bet you don't want to miss it. Come with me until we discover the list of what is happening, and stay tuned. See you in my next episode.